Hello, I'd like to take a moment to share with you a new feature that we just added to Saffron. And on your mobile device, you can now import recipes directly to your phone. So, in order to do that, you need to have the URL from a recipe website. And I want to let you know that you want to make sure that you actually see the recipe on the screen as you copy that URL that you're going to paste into the Saffron field and that I'm going to show you. Because sometimes there's an introductory page and that may not have the recipe. And if you actually see it on the screen, you're more than likely to get all the content for that recipe directly moved over. So that's what you ideally want to shoot for. Also, be aware that some websites are better than others in being set up for this importing process. So please let us know if there's a site that you want to use if you have any issues with, or if not all the content is coming over, and we can take a look at that to make sure that that works as good as possible. So, in order to import your recipe, if you go to your device, we've got a new home screen. And if you go under the What's New section, there's an import recipe button for some steak and Brussels sprouts. And if you click on that button, the URL will be dropped into the import field. And you'll click on the import recipe. And that will bring in all the content from that recipe website into Saffron. And at this point, you want to take a look at each of the fields. This is an actual recipe form for that recipe, and you can do any edits that you like. So if something doesn't look quite right, or if you want to rework it, this is the place to do it. I also want to call your attention to the Add Recipe to Cookbook. If you'd like to organize your recipes as you're importing them, you can do that now. And if you click on this button, it'll pull up the cookbooks that you have set up into your account. I set up this Want to Try cookbook earlier, and if I click on that, I can also add it to a section. I'm going to put it under Main Dish. And I now have the cookbook set up for Want to Try and under Main Dish. If I go to the ingredients section, you can see that Saffron has actually pulled in the ingredient list, and this particular cookbook author has the ingredients set up under sections for the steak or for the sprouts. If you want to style this, you can actually go to the right and I'm going to click edit and actually make this lowercase because I like this styled with the lower. And if you toggle header, this is how the styling works. Not all the authors are going to have all caps, so you don't have to do that ordinarily, but in this case, they happen to set it up that way. And for steps, if you click on the last section of the recipe, you will see the preparation, and you can click on each step and edit that step, or if you want to set up a header, or if you need to delete anything, you can do all that here. And then when you're happy with the recipe, you're going to hit save. And here's your final recipe. So this is now in Saffron, and you can click through and see the recipe ingredients and your preparation and your introductory information. Now, if you want to edit something, say you see something now that you didn't notice earlier, you can click on the edit pencil, and that'll bring up the form, and you can go back in and change anything that you might have missed. If you decided that you want to actually change where that recipe went in your cookbook, you can either set it up here or change it here if you hadn't done it before. Click on Want to Try, and we're going to put this under salads now. So you just toggle on the salad section, and you're good to go. And then if you want to see where that went, if you go under My Cookbooks, Want to Try, and go to Salads, there's your recipe. So again, you can see that went where it where it was sent. So the other area I was going to tell you about is recent recipes is a section that shows all your newest recipes, and you can see what's been added lately if you want to take a quick view of that. And then under add a recipe, if you want to add your own from another site, this is where you would go. And the top section is for importing, and the bottom section would be if you want to enter it by cutting and pasting or typing it in. And if you click on that button, everything is going to be blank, and you're going to just click in the sections and add the content here, which you are more than welcome to do if you can't import. So that's all. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll be in touch soon. Thanks.